that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
Amensa, Mensch, Grüß Gott, Servus, Salve, Hotzihilijan, Goeiedag, South Africa, and the world. Welcome back to the program. Unsere Sendung heute kommt aus Pennsylvania schon wieder. Ja, und unsere Aktualität der 10. März 2025. Ich bin der Oberst en Retraite, Chris Wyatt, und ich freue mich, dass alle schon wieder bei uns für unsere Sendung heute sind. Ja, ich hoffe, dass wir haben nur gute Nachrichten für alle auf der Welt und wir werden gleich anfangen. Bonjour tous, je suis le colonel Chris Wyatt. Je suis très heureux que tout le monde sont là avec nous pour notre actualité quotidienne. Notre transmission vient des États-Unis en Pennsylvanie et je suis très heureux que vous êtes là avec nous. C'est très joli, n'est-ce pas? Ouais, regarde là, les tulipes. C'est très joli. Bonjour tous. All right, folks, welcome back to the program. It's the 10th of March, 2025. Good to see you all again. Whew, what a busy morning, folks. I just finished an interview or conversation on the Adaba conversation with Emma Powell, who's a member of parliament for the Democratic Alliance. Fascinating member of parliament. Interesting conversation. I've already compiled the video. I just need to load on YouTube. I'm going to wait till this broadcast is over. Then we'll compile it. We'll put it up there and we'll get it out there. I'm going to have to wear the glasses, folks. My eyes are messed up again. I get this feeling I'm going to have to go with reading glasses all the time now. This is quite a humbling for somebody that still has eyesight where I can pick out a license plate, a number plate from a couple hundred meters away. But let me say hello to everybody in the chat and this software automatically. There we go. Got the timestamps back. So I missed the first people. Let me see if I can go back over here and get to the top who was there. Awkward Leon was here 11:41, and then Allison Johnson, Wolf the blind biker. Dude, don't drive when you're blind. Erica, hey Erica, how's it going? Linda Griesel and Vilma Rasmus, George, Anna Stiebel, Kirsten, Dylan Verne, Kevin, K56 Music, Butterfly Kisses 72. I like that. Butterfly Kisses, that's pretty interesting. And then Patrick just became a member. Thank you for that, Patrick. Butterfly Kisses, Janice Lorenz, Alma's here, Tim Martens, Bushfeld Book, Tessa, Louisa Rayner, Alfonso Ferreira, Colette Osthuizen, Chief Owetu, okay, Dr. Clue, Jean-Pierre Maire, good evening to you, Valerie von Wyk, okay, 57, I'm caught up over here, good, now I can, okay, I'm caught up on the chat on that side, so I can get this one back to where it belongs, okay, now we're over here, all right, Ian Duplessis, good evening, all right, to AJ Quinn, Bo Smith, Peter Liebenberg, Jarethra's back, Sean Root says, stumbled upon your Rugby Senate channel months ago and in turn found this channel, I commend you for your work. Oh, okay, bye, sir. Thank you very much, Sean. Appreciate that. I'm glad you found my rugby channel. I haven't been happy with my performance in rugby lately. The games haven't been all exciting. I've found myself tired because I'm spending all these hours. So I haven't put the energy into it. I mean, well, I've put energy into it, but it hasn't been as impressive. I think I've done better just a month or so ago. But hopefully we'll get some better games. Leon Journaling, thank you for subscribing. And hopefully get some better output there. Thank you for being here, Sean. Matthew Dixon, our resident troll, is here. Did you see the President Trump open a corridor to the farmers? When? On Friday? Volmarads is here. Crap Monday. I'm sorry to hear it was Crap Monday. Welcome to all our fellow Neanderthals and canines out there. As Nota Beloye tells us, apparently, according to Nota Beloye, white people are inferior to the color folks here and to the black folks. I don't know if the color folks are partly inferior or partly superior because they're a mix of white and black and they're brown. I don't know. You tell me, guys. And the black folks, I guess you're superior according to Nota Beloye. He's a well-known anthropologist and a medical expert and geneticist. And thank God we've got people like Nota Beloye to set us all straight, discovering that white women can't bear children properly. They're genetically inferior, according to him. And apparently because one of the most successful hominid species in the history of the planet, the Neanderthals, apparently we have DNA with them, so that must make us inferior for having bred with the most successful hominids, save Homo sapiens. But, I mean, none other than a brilliant, anthropologist, geneticist, Nota Beloye. He's just, the guy's all over it, man. You got to check it out. All right. Copus, my day is just getting started. I have got to go file my paperwork for my candidacy for judge of elections to appear on the ballot again. Had to get signatures. It's done. Has to be filed by tomorrow, so I got to do that. Chris was on time, guys, but unfortunately, the software wasn't. I was forced to change a password today and do a security check for my account, and as a consequence, I had to, when I tried to log in, it wouldn't let me log in. I had to re-log in, so it's just a process anyway. Fortunately, I figured it out pretty quickly. Chris Stander, Jacques Kotsia, Michael Neustadt, Chris Ehlers. Chris, how you doing, man? Are you doing well? All right. And then we've got Napoleon Dynamite, Werner, Richard Kuhn, hey, Francois Diaga. Folks, we have 1,000 paying members on this channel. I know a lot of you got free memberships, but still, a lot of people have signed up of their own volition. That's incredible. 1,000. We have 55,000 subscribers and 1,000 paying members. What kind of ratio is that? I guarantee you there aren't many channels that have that kind of ratio. 1 out of 55 viewers is actually a subscriber. That's crazy. 1 out of 55 subscribers to say. Bernard Kroff, welcome to you. Vilma Rasmus, one of the OGs. Jean-Pierre Mayer, with Trump opening the court of farmers, how long do you think before the Afrikaner will follow? I have no idea, Jean-Pierre Mayer. We have to wait and see. And Trump didn't issue an executive order. He simply made a social media post, so we'll have to see. All right, there's Chris Ehlers, Ernst Cuthbert, and see, it was 12:02 when it started. 1440's back, Virtual Western Cape, could be any day, exactly. Ranger Jakes, Tunis Bernard, and then Strauss, Marius Lombard, Dylan Combrecht, one of the OGs, been here since the outset. Raina Fletch, Amazing Yacht Destinations, Peter John Vust, Saskia Langefeld. By the way, folks, if you become refugees, unless you've got a family, if you come by yourself, understand, unless you're very energetic and get out and meet people, you might find yourself very lonely because the support structure you've had around you isn't going to be there anymore. Just keep that in mind. Yolanda von Rensburg, Alts, Betz Korb, AI Creatives, Raina Fletch, Inkwell Odyssey, Carlene Viola, Franco Dutoy, welcome to you. Creativeness, Earth Angel. William is here. Odin's Viking, always good to see you again. Val Cooper, another OG. Marius Fenter, Betz Corp, Oscar Papa. Sounds like somebody was in the military there. I did see your message and I commented. Oki's become a member. Thank you for that. A proud Neanderthal is here. Erica. Anton von Stodden. Ek moet trek Brackenfell te mot my huis hier laat gaan. Okay. Good evening, Peter Smith. Thanks. Couldn't see anything on Google. Okay. Love the introduction this evening. Thank you very much. That's Giselle with Für uns Mensa. Afrikaans von my Mensa. Of andere Stadtnamen. Just a little refreshing libation here. No, it's not alcohol. I don't drink beer. Well, I've done it, but I don't traditionally drink beer on channel, on broadcast. This is root beer, IBC root beer. Something different today. And Val Cooper, I wonder what news we have. Well, we've got some good news here. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. We'll get to that. What's that? Okay. Why do people care so much about what Notice says? Give it attention. Because I want to see him prosecuted. Look, I don't believe that people should be prosecuted for speech, but if they're going to prosecute Ronaldo Cruz, which is what they're doing, they haven't given up that case, then I want to see this guy prosecuted. The thing about justice is justice has to be blind, equal treatment before the law. And so that's why I'm talking about it. Yeah. Francois Diager, thank you for your membership. Pete van der Linde, most offended generation. Guten Tag, wie geht's? Bonjour, ça va, sehr gut, très bien. Patches. Elizabeth Kruger, you're not late, we're all here. Vincent Fogel, good evening, sir. How are you doing? If I may ask, how far from did you plane crash? Oh, the plane crashed about 40 minutes from my house. The one in Lancaster County. Yep, 40 minutes from here. It's not Ed Beloy. Pablo, Charlie, Marco, Brits. Debbie Morey's back again. Does note to realize that all of the groups have traces Neanderthal DNA. Yeah. Well, not Africans. I got a gift membership, says Maurice Schneeman. Well, congratulations. Nick Groves got the, you found yourself a Kevlar. I love that avatar there. So sorry to hear. What happened here? Chichifu. What happened with Chichifu? I didn't see that. Can somebody tell me what happened to him? I'm going back. I don't see anything. Sam P., I missed you there. And Harold Menges and Shawnee Groves. Wow, I missed a bunch of people there. Brian Lawrence and Jacqueline von Breda, Troiko, Anne-Marie Now. Good Lord, how did I miss all these people? Rentia, Shepard Kruger, Neptune, Len Crow, Garrett Gilt, Charmaine Ostoisen. Good Lord. A bunch of names got missed here. Chat must have jumped ahead on me there. Sorry about that. Vincent Fogel, okay. Valerie von Vijk, Jarethro Dirk, Tim Forster. You keep doing what you do, sir. We enjoy it. The truth is refreshing. Holiday from left. It is. Mr. Ford from Canada threatened to pull the plug on Starlink, remove USA alcohol, cut power regarding the tariff war. What's your thoughts? Well, I think Mr. Ford is a dumbass. He's the premier of the Ontario province. This guy's a dumbass of epic proportions. He's just not very bright. How do province get to dictate trade policy for countries? That's a country out of control. People are striving for the truth. Yeah. Well, when you're the only one in the forest shining light, people tend to gravitate towards you. Yep. Mark Webb, welcome to you. Oki's a member for a month. Smash the like button. Tom Smith, Hakan Engman in from the Netherlands. Where you been, Hakan? G-Man is back. Napoleon Dynamite. So if you don't have any friends now, you will be fine. Huh? Crystal Els, Jan van Driel, Jean Ward, Garth McCarthy. Man, that's a tough one to say. Garth McCarthy. Of course, you're used to. Winston Engels, Virtual Daily Shorts, Lynette Devet, KP Diaga, Etienne Bronkhorst, Alphonse Ferrara, Ritter Schwartz. Chris, did you see Cyril said they want to expropriate? Yes, I did. I understand that Citizen Concern has made a video on it. I haven't had time to make a video on it. Maybe tonight. I'll look at it. We'll see. But I keep coming up with other things that need attention. So, Paul Funny says, hello, everyone, from the Neanderthal dog. All right, Patrick. Franz Fourie says, once you get your citizenship, you can go back as U.S. citizen. Oh, to South Africa? Yeah. Yep. Afrikaner will have a big gathering every year in USA and have more. Well, there's already a big gathering of Afrikaners a couple times a year in Texas. There's one in North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Man, I have got my muscles at my shoulders just like freaking steel. They're all bound up. Keep going, Chris, says Neil Snayman. Okay, so my vanity has to retreat today. Now I find myself needing to wear these stupid reading glasses almost all the time. It really sucks. Not accustomed wearing glasses. Jelly Rider, I'm okay. Connie loves pencils. I love that username, Connie. Connie loves pencils. I love Jacques Cousteau. Harvey Wyatt. Hey, Harvey. Love your surname. That's pretty awesome, man. Wow. I love Jacques Cousteau, as Phoebe once said. I love Jacques Cousteau. That was fantastic. All right, folks, we're up to 773 people now. Oh, someone was murdered today. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get the Yappy. I see that. I'm sorry to hear that, Chwefu. Where was that at? Yeah, that's the sad part of life. SA Farm Life. Lucinda gave $1 in New Zealand. Thank you for that first super chat. Thank you, Lucinda. Yeah, wow. Where was that at? I'm so sorry to hear that. Aren't the Amish protected? Protected from what? What happens to Democrats regain control? Control what? Congress, the government? What happens to what? Well, they obstruct Trump. They try to impeach him. But you mean to the refugee program? No impact. They could end it. They could stop it if they get the presidency, but they can't do it short of that. So they have 4 years they won't. Texas. Well, that's an interesting username. Maeve is here. Big Diesel's Pablo. No X this evening? Let me see. Ooh. It was working earlier. You're right. Twitter's down. No, it's back. I got it. It must be having some server problems. It's back. Please tell us, newbies, how and why you became involved with the Afrikaner plight. Thank you for your effort. Well, I'm not involved with the Afrikaner plight. Let's be clear about that. Thank you, Micheline Swat for 14 Rand Super Chat. Thank you for that. I'm not... I got attacked by an English-speaking person because Trump offered the Afrikaner. Told me why didn't he give the English farmers the offer. Well, Charmaine, I would tell the person, maybe you need to contact Donald Trump. That's what I'd say. Please tell us, newbies. Okay, so I'm not Clive Malherba. Welcome to you. It's up now. Marco Brits, 14 Rand Super Chat. Thank you for that. I see today's going to be the tiny Super Chat day. And you're going to be a bunch of them, but thank you for them, guys. You had no power for 2 days, Loretta. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, so Bitcoin Boat says, how's it? It's all right. And Marie Hibbert's new here. Welcome, Marie. Thank you for subscribing. And JR, thank you for subscribing. So, to answer your question specifically, who asked that question? Mark Carney says, we'll tear off the hell out of his name until the country start putting respect on his name. Well, his name, he's a Carney. Where did that go? Someone asked me the question about... Oh, there it is. It's okay to be white. I am not involved in the Afrikaner plight. I'm just reporting the news, and I'm trying to be a voice of reason here instead of sensationalism and lies and fantasies. So I'm, okay, if you're going to be bored, folks, apologies for the boring, but I'm going to answer the question because it gets asked frequently. So I'm a retired U.S. Army colonel, and when I say retired, it's recently, 5 years ago. And then COVID came along just a few months after I left active service. I spent 36 and a half years in the U.S. Army, which is incredibly unusual. By the time I retired, there were only a handful of people who had to spend as much time in the Army as I had, a couple generals and one or two sergeants major, maybe 35 people max in the U.S. Army out of 600,000 people who have been in the Army as long as I had when I retired. A few warrant officers. So I spent 36 and a half years in the Army. I did 3 tours in Germany. There's Francois de Yaga, 14 Rand Super Chat. And 3 tours in Germany, 1 in Italy. I served in Africa in Tunisia, Liberia, Botswana, Malawi, Niger, Mauritania, Uganda, and Ethiopia. Worked at the African Union. I ran peacekeeping programs. I ran Ebola programs, research programs, HIV, PEPFAR programs across the continent. Taught militaries to obey the rule of law. Gray Man gave 140 Rand Super Chat. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Jacques Lewis is becoming a member. That's coming up in a second here. So I'm a published author in academic circles with Stellenbosch University, with U.S. Army War College. I taught undergraduate. Thank you, Jacques. I taught undergraduate at Iowa State University. I taught postgraduate studies at the Army War College. I have multiple degrees, as if that matters. That just means I can sit patiently and answer questions and do the research and pass tests. Doesn't mean I'm smart. And Magda, thank you for the 14 Rand Super Chat. So I speak multiple languages, three fluently, parts of 6 languages. Lucinda says we're in Benoni. Okay, cool. Lucinda, Hans, and Luton Kruger. Thank you. There you go. Thank you for the $2 New Zealand. You're in Benoni, but your bank account's in New Zealand. Okay, thanks. Appreciate that. I started following things in Africa in the 1970s as a kid, in junior high school, and then in high school, following liberation struggles in Rhodesia and Mozambique and Angola. And then South Africa I glommed onto because of the book The Covenant by James Michener, historical fiction. Fang Wan Wannabe, 35 Rand Super Chat. Thanks for your great work. You're very welcome, Fang Wan. Thank you so much for that. So that's kind of where it started. And I decided to, in 1984, when I was enlisted in Germany after being at university for a year at 17 years of age, went in the Army, and came back after I finished my tour in the Army to go to school, become an officer, became an intelligence officer in the U.S. military. Thank you, Matthew Dixon, for the 35 Rand. Chinese for supper. I think the dog ran away. So I was a tactical intelligence officer, a signals intelligence officer, a counterintelligence agent, a strategic intelligence officer, and a regional specialist for Sub-Saharan Africa, a foreign area officer. Thank you, Aretha, for the 14 Rand Super Chat. Yeah, so it's been a long road, and I've done a lot of things. It's been very interesting. I can't complain about that stuff, but that answers the question, I hope. As far as the Afrikaner plight, I have affinity. Thank you, Bad Butcher. Affinity for 3 different groups. Well, really 4 groups in South Africa, 3 that I mentioned. The 4th one's kind of an amalgam of groups. So I kind of like to promote Afrikaans culture and language and music, as well as Tswana culture and Sotho culture in South Africa, and the languages as well, although I don't speak Sotho at all. And so those things I like to promote, but I also have a great affinity for South Africa's colored community, the Cape Malays, the Griquas, the Karanas, the Damaras, all those people. Yeah, even those who went up to Namibia, the Rehoboth Basters, find them very fascinating people, generally speaking. So yeah, that's kind of where it started from. Okay, Marissa, welcome to you. Excuse me. And it just jumped on me here, so let me get back to where I was. Wow, a lot of super chats there. Protesters destroying Tesla business estates. Now where I've seen that kind of protest. Well, they need to be arrested. I see the social media, they're saying the farmers in America is battling so badly. I don't know what you're talking about, farmers doing badly. Just getting hot full of propaganda that's dividing this country. More people should really do the research instead of wasting hours in social. Agreed. Erica, thank you for the super chat. Gavin Nickel. Hi, can I send some pics of the Shishihu land grabs 20 kilometers from building a start? Yeah, you can, Gavin. Are you in the WhatsApp or Telegram groups? I suggest you join one of those, and then you'll be able to send it to me directly. You'll be able to find me in those groups. That's the quickest way to send it to me. And just let me know who you are, because people are sending me stuff all the time. They don't bother telling me who they are. Sometimes you can see they are through their account, but oftentimes their account's masked. So people send me stuff. I don't know who they are. But yeah, that's the quickest way to get it to me. Okay, America. Zandrea De Beer, good evening to you. You are wrong. Trump gave the offer to farmers who did not say Afrikaans, English, or anything else, if I'm not mistaken. No, you're wrong, PK. You are completely wrong. There's no farmers mentioned in the executive order. What were you smoking your socks? Don't tell me I'm wrong. We've been talking about this for freaking since February 7th. There's no farmers mentioned in here. You're talking about a social media post, which is not an executive order. It's not a policy. It's not a law. It's somebody's posting on social media. Until he takes action, it means jack squat. And oh, by the way, farmers, I am Neo. If you're here, by the way, you like to steal my content. Are you stealing content now? By the way, farmers doesn't say white. It says any farmer. So this social media post just opened it up to all coloreds, Indians, black, and white South Africans who are farmers. So until it's promulgated, it means jack squat. So I'm not wrong, PK. Well, X is up again now. Oh, no, it's down again. Wow. It's down again now. Yep, it's not working right. You're right. X is not working. Wow. Peter, can I suggest you look at the United Independent show from Sunday regarding Neil Beer's comments? You should get, what is United Independent show? You talking about UIM? Peter, obviously you don't know me or you're not familiar with this program. I'm the one journalist who's covered the UIM objectively from the time the party was formed. I interviewed Neil Beer before he got the party going, and I've interviewed Neil Beer at least 8 or 9 times on this program. I was at the UIM's election launch in February of 2023. I was there covering it, the only international media covering that event. And I also interviewed Neil Beer at the multi-party charter at Kempton Park, Emperor's Palace, when that was put together. I've interviewed Neil Beer outside of Parliament in South Africa, and Neil comes on occasionally. He was just here a few weeks ago. As far as Sunday, yeah, I saw part of that, Neil offering his opinion. I've asked a few attorneys in South Africa for their view on it. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll probably have Neil on again sometime soon. He was supposed to be coming to the States, but I'm not sure the status of that trip. Francois Diaga, thank you for super chat. It's a small super chat day, it is, but thank you. All are appreciated. Not everybody is wealthy, so appreciate anything anybody does there. Mr. Snooze, Pablo Charlie, Grayman, thank you for your super chat. He just said farmers who are under threat. No, you're talking about a social media post. Dude, this is not policy. This is not law. See, this is the problem when people lose their minds and don't understand how government works. This may very well become something. And he says, not under threat for reasons of safety, seeking to flee. And it says farmers. Doesn't say white, doesn't say Afrikaner. It says farmers. If you're black and you're a farmer, I'd be like, hey, happy days. Trump wants me too. I'm a-coming. That's what I'd be saying. Of course, I don't think many South Africans sound like that on the farm. Maud DeLawrence, thank you for your first super chat. Michael, good evening. Why can't the South African Anglos get themselves organized? Because the South African Anglo community is not English. It's largely English, but it's also Portuguese. It's also other groups that did not assimilate into the Afrikaans community who are English-speaking. Lucinda, we're in Benoni. Thank you for that. The super chat. Anel, Susan Koster, and Game by MC. You see disgusting animals reply in your recent tweet? No. What tweet did I put up? I can't get to it. What tweet are we talking about? What tweet did I put up? No, I haven't seen it. I can't get to X. It's not loading right now. But thank you for the heads up. I'll have to check that out. It means any farmer Trump. No, look, I'm under attack by racists and bigots. They are just a bunch of asses. And the problem is that, when you're over the target, you take a lot of flack. And they just can't deal with the truth. I have never advocated for anything except the equal treatment of all human beings. Black, white, brown, Christian, Muslim, Jew. That's what I fought for. And that's all I've ever done. The fact that one person affiliates or has affinity for one group stronger than another doesn't mean they discriminate against another group. But they just can't handle that. They just can't handle it. Fiona, thank you for the 50 rand super chat or super sticker. Very kind of you. So they just can't cotton to that. So it makes you a target. It's sad that the world is full of such shitheads like that, but that's just the way it is. But thank you, Gameplay. I didn't see that, and I guess I won't be able to see X for some time. Apparently, it's under attack right now. Yep, it's under attack. It's not loading. So. Yep. All right. This is bound to happen. It's either an insider attack or it's an outside denial of service. But X is down. A festival in Texas called South African Potjie. That's the one. Labor Day weekend. Thank you, 1440. South African Potjie. That's the one. Yep. And Bridger, thank you for 40 rand super chat. I missed it. And Magda Lawrence, you're very welcome. Okay. When program starts and you get approved, what kind of time frame would you have to sell, pack, and leave? Flash, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to happen. Depends on the interest, the enthusiasm, and how much effort the U.S. government puts into it. It could go very fast. Look, we took 160,000 plus Afghans out of Afghanistan in a matter of days, because Joe Biden screwed the pooch there. Tracy, good hello to you. Dad was 34 years in the Southern Defense Force. He was a parabat in the majority of service. Yeah, Tracy, but that's normal in other military services to spend that kind of time in uniform. In the U.S. military, usually it's 20 years and you're out if you go career. Very few people stay to 30, and almost nobody stays past 30. It's very unusual. We like healthy young people in our military, not old farts. X had a global outage and is busy recovering. See, okay. Yep, yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Expropriation Act to be used to reclaim hijacked buildings is scary. The prevention of eviction is really costing the owners of these buildings dearly. Yep. Right, the law is set up so you can't kick people out. They can hijack your building, and now they're going to steal your building. Thank you very much. That's a good point, Valerie from Vike. That was at 12:23. Let me get back to that. Valerie wrote that. That's a good point. I want to save that because I'm going to use that as part of my analysis. 12:23. There's a lot of comments here. I'm way behind. Come on, where's that? 12:23. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Valerie from Vike. Copy. Let me save that comment here. Yeah, my apologies for the late start on announcing the video here, folks, but I was busy interviewing Emma Powell from the DA, which was a fascinating conversation. So hopefully you'll find that. I'll publish that a little bit later on. Rita, thank you for your super chat. Bad Butcher, welcome to the program. Daniel McQueen, fellow Neanderthal dogs. We need to engage with Trump and Elon asking questions ourselves. Don't be scared as they're living man as we are. Radio amateur, ham radio, Oscar Papa. Ah, there you go. Okay, I did my military service in the Army. Been there, have the T-shirt. Yeah, no, I love ham radio, and I've looked at buying a few of them, but it's a bit confusing with all the models. They're almost all made in China these days. Afrikaners specifically target the Anglos already have British citizenship. No, they don't. That's not true, Mr. Clue. The Dr. Clue, that's not true. They don't have British citizenship. Some do. Hey, Jacques Bezuidenhout, how are you? Derek, Elon might need to make 80% reduction ex-staff. Yeah, it looks like it. Joe Cruiser, socialism dictates nationalization of all resources. Jean-Pierre Bush. Ahoy from Ireland. Don't forget the old system has died and is on the last breath trying to destroy the new golden age we have won. All right. PayPal. Now and then you must mention we can make payments. If you like, yeah, if you guys want to contribute. Sorry, I feel kind of gauche doing that, but people ask for it, so I'll put it up there. Let me get to the, where's the PayPal at? It's here somewhere. There it is. So if you want a super chat, you can do that there. Doctor's appointment, says Faith. Okay. Faith, if you're on one of the groups, if you could send me a message. I got somebody who's reaching out to me who has family in the medical community. I know that you're getting a shabby treatment there, so I can't promise any help. But Faith, if you reach out in one of the WhatsApp groups or the Telegram group, send me a message if you're in there. If not, send it to the email, and I'll try to get something so that we can get you in touch with people that possibly might be able to get you pointed in the right direction. I don't know. I can't promise anything, but at least we're trying, okay? Dylan says, we can't accept that you're a busy bee. We must find someone like Ronaldo to bug. Okay. During your studies, did you study Sun Tzu? Of course. Also the Arthashastra. Yep. And of course, all kinds of other folks, like Francis Fukuyama, Samuel Huntington. The list goes on and on. It's, Friedrich Hayek. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. My dog recognized your voice. Really, Charmaine? That's pretty wild. Maddie, I was in America 30 years ago. I met a guy named Derek. Do you know him? Yeah, I know Derek. We used to party together all the time. We are waiting for good news. Well, Ernst, we don't have it right now. If I'm waiting for X to work, it's still not working. Oh, it's back. My latest post was it's the one that's in the crapper. Let me see if that's the one that they made the nasty things. There's nothing there. My latest one that sounds bad to me. So my poll is still up. I got more response on this poll than I got on the previous poll. So anyway, if you do, people are getting. I got to turn that off for a minute. People are getting donated memberships. Wow, you guys are incredible. Where the heck is that at? There's alert box. Turn it off for a second there. All right, gifted Chris for your kindness and the good soul who responded. Okay, you're welcome, Faith, but we got to get you in touch with them if we can. Hopefully, what are the Democrats? Such sour people. They really are sour people. They really are sour people, folks. They are. Let me turn that off because, again, it's not my cup of tea. So, but thank you for reminding me. Yeah, PayPal is great because it comes instantly. I get it right away. Must be confused. I'm a big fan of Colonel Chris, and you seem to be deluded. I have no problem with the Colonel. I respect him work. You just want to be offended. I don't know what's going on there. Marietta Scuba, I love listening to your live chats to keep us updated. Very interesting times we're living. It is. Ladies and gentlemen, we may be in the most consequential 48 hours in South African post-apartheid history. That is not an embellishment. Listen to me. The 850 people here right now, we might be living in the very moment in the most consequential time frame, 48 hours, in the history of post-apartheid South Africa. Why? Because on Wednesday, the budget is supposed to be mentioned, and there is no agreement. The DA is holding the line. The DA is holding on. They have no agreement as of an hour ago. This weekend, Ramaphosa was supposed to call John Steenhuisen. The press is saying that he never called Steenhuisen to talk about this. There is no agreement on the budget. Enoch Gandawana is going to walk out and say, I want to increase the VAT by 0.5%, and then a year from now to 0.75%, and then 1.5%, something like that. There's no agreement. The GNU could collapse Wednesday. Not predicting it, just saying it could happen Wednesday. The government actually could collapse Wednesday. We'll see what happens, folks. We'll see what happens. Okay? Okay. All the folks who just got gifted memberships, awesome. Pete, the new threat for finance ministers is crazy, aimed at targeting the poor. Exactly, that's who's going to suffer, the poor. EWC tactic by Ciro means any home abandoned during the day can be hijacked by vagrants and they return home. Exactly. Yep. I've done my research. So just one question. My wonderful wife and I have a joint bank account. Yes, does the credit score affect the... Yes, it does. Oh, yeah. All right, let me just tell you something about credit scores. If you're married, your spouse's behavior affects your credit score because you have that debt, you have that responsibility. So if you have a spouse that's responsible and you're responsible, you can have an incredible credit score. But if you have a spouse who's a gambler or a drug addict or irresponsible or someone that goes to Macy's all the time and buys crap, that's going to affect you. And that's a big problem when it comes to divorces. People get divorced and they walk away with terrible credit scores. They have to rebuild on their own. But you can rebuild a credit score pretty quickly. I do know him from the internet, Evan Glopter, but you spelled it wrong, Aretha. Evan Glopter. Yeah, I do know him. Why do you ask? EWC TACT, okay. All right. But Rama is reinstating the apartheid prosecutions. Which ones are you talking about? There's big crap coming. You're right about that. Yeah, they want to increase VAT. Owen, stupid phone is ringing off the hook. By the way, it's illegal to call. It's a do not call, and it's supposed to be a $500 fine every time they do it. But I get dozens of phone calls every day from these marketers. They asked me, quote, on catering decline as I'm immobile and not interested in being declined based on BE, says Talk. They'll never agree. Always following your stories, keeping us updated. You're welcome. MK threat and chaos, VAT increase. Well, that's interesting. That's domestic terrorism. Your channel has become our family time at home, says Strauss. That's awesome. That's awesome. Lots of love here for Faith. That's good. I think some people in news outlets mistake Afrikaners for Afrikaans speaking only, but I think some forget it's the Afrikaner culture being attacked. I think Afrikaans is under assault, and I've said that for years. The Afrikaans language is under assault by the ANC. You need to get rid of CR. Yeah, I know confidence. I think that's right. The past 18 months clearly show who really controls South. It's not the ANC. I agree with that. Shylock ZA. People also need to know that Herschel isn't going to help with anything. Herself and Lord Renwick are the ones that supported and mentored Malema. He's their pawn. Really? I didn't know that. That's news to me. News to me. Marina Jameson. Okay. Yapi Mostart. They'll use commercial airplanes and military aircraft moving USA. Okay. Are there going to be, what are they going to do if there are VAT increases? Any bets? Well, there'll be chaos, that's for sure. Oh my word, the people from the Volksstaat is seriously some issues. What Volksstaat? What are you talking about, G-Man? What Volksstaat? There's no Volksstaat. If you have retired colonels dependent, your credit score will never go above 700. Desiree says, same John Steenhuisen that signed the agricultural bill to give the ANC the right to finish the expropriation cause. Yeah, well, that's the guy. I will pay 800,000 VAT, not to mention, what's this? Grossly not unified. That's a new one. Vikin, gosh bless it. This thing jumped ahead on me again. I'm way behind. No, I'm down here. Okay. Get ready for the Afrikaners to make America great again. I like the Book of Five Rings personally, says Roldolf. Okay. Do you know? Okay, I was already there. So, Owen, Rossley, Peter Jacobson. Okay, I was here too. I was there. Oh, there we go. All you negative screwers, hope you have a good night. Thank you, Mr. Wyatt. Can you believe someone from another country have compassion for us? God bless you. You're welcome, Vilkin. Why are you leaving? You're leaving at 38 after. We're about to get race law 143 of it. Big G's Diesel, thank you for the super chat. I didn't see that one. Big D's Diesel, thank you for the $10 super chat, man. Woo. Okay, I'm jumping ahead a little bit here, folks. Charmaine gave one. General Intelligence Amendment Bill is a reason could have reform locked up. I don't agree with the results of that, but I could be wrong. I need to do more research on that. I see a few news channels covers MK threat of bringing country stand. Well, I'll talk about that, but I've been busy right now. Bye, Chris. Enjoy your evening from Hoodspot. Why are people leaving? What the hell's going on here? Well, now that you leave, we'll do the news. People leaving, we're going to do the news now. What was the point of coming in for 38 minutes? I don't get that. People leaving after 30 minutes, I really don't get that. All right. Okay, it's time for the news. You had a super chat, Hillbilly Skeptic? I did not see it. Okay, I'll go find it. Where the hell's that at? Okay, super chats. Give me a moment here. Okay, super chat. Do you think Cyril's playing a long game to exchange Netanyahu genocide charge, live future sanctions? He may be playing a long game, but he's not going to get that. The U.S. is not going to do that, not going to betray him. So thank you for the super chat, Hillbilly Skeptic. Yeah, sorry I didn't see it. All right, South Africa rejects megaphone diplomacy, according to the spokesman for the presidency. That, of course, is Mangwenya. He's saying that they're rejecting megaphone diplomacy, which is a reference to this social media post by Trump. But it's the ANC that's been engaging in megaphone diplomacy. You see, if you want to engage with a country, you go to their diplomatic mission in your country. You say, hey, we've got an issue. Our embassy's in Hatfield, in the administrative capital of South Africa. Go there, talk to them. And if you can't be bothered to go to Hatfield because you're in Cape Town, because that's where Parliament's at, we do have a consulate there. You can ask to meet with our officials there. And short of that, you have an embassy in Washington, and you send a diplomatic note to those countries. And you try to engage with them. You don't pick up the phone and go, hello, can I speak to Elon? Yes, I want to talk to Elon. Yes. Yeah, no. Could you get Donald Trump to stop doing this? That's not how you handle things. You also don't go in front of your nation and do a State of the Nation address and go, we will not be bullied. And you don't introduce a discussion in Parliament accusing America of being a neo-colonialist power, and you don't sign up with 83 other countries threatening to sanction the United States because it's sanctioned the International Criminal Court. Yeah, that's not how you go about business, folks. That's not how you do it. But hey, this is the ANC. They do things their own way. They don't understand diplomacy. Whatever. President spokesperson says South Africa is committed to building mutually beneficial bilateral trade, political, and diplomatic relationship. Except they're not. They're not. They won't engage in megaphone diplomacy. We're not going to partake in a counterproductive megaphone diplomacy. Well, that's exactly what you've been doing. Donald Trump wasn't saying anything. He had one tweet. He had one executive order. A month passed. He didn't say anything. And what did you do in that month? You ran around. You badmouthed the United States. You said things about the U.S. You just ran your mouth. You lied about the U.S. You misrepresented what's going on. You claimed the U.S. was attacking the sovereignty of South Africa when it has nothing to do with that. These are internal issues for us. We're $2 trillion in deficit spending. We cut out our foreign aid. Now, you're going to see in my interview with Emma Powell, she mentions foreign aid is a tiny portion of the U.S. budget. True. And she's right. But that isn't germane to the conversation. South Africa is acting against our national security interests. So their aid was cut. Anyway, so here's another story. This one from the Daily Maverick, folks. You haven't heard about this story, have you? This is crazy. Check this one out. So South Africa flagged in the U.S. case against an accused in a Russian military-grade radio smuggling plot. Wow. In August of 2024, Benz Horvath from Hungary was arrested at an airport in the U.S. and emerged he was accused of conspiring to smuggle military-grade radios to Russian government figures. Turns out he allegedly hoped to get radios from South Africa to Russia. Oh, I'm sorry. That lady are nothing to see here, no? So we don't have people trying to get South African weapons and military equipment to Russia. Hungarian citizen Benz Horvath was arrested on August 23, 2024 at the San Francisco National Airport, which I've flown into. At the time, he was believed to be living in Spain. 3 days later, the Department of Justice announced he was charged with violating U.S. export controls that targeted Russia because of his invasion of Ukraine. He's accused of conspiring with others to illegally export radio communication technology of U.S. origin to end users of the Russian government without a license. Later emerged that they were destined for police officers in Moscow. Daily Maverick established that South Africa features in a multinational procurement network linked to Horvath by the U.S., demonstrating how easily this country can unwittingly or otherwise become embroiled in high-level international legal sagas. Wow. So there you go. There's a story, folks. There's a story that's breaking that no one's talking about. Wow. Unbelievable. Crazy. Well, cable theft and floods knocked out the power in Joburg. 6,000 calls over the weekend. 6,000 outage calls for prolonged power supply interruption caused by heavy rain, flooding, and cable theft, as well as vandalism. Welcome to South Africa. Well, according to Stefan Grutz, who was very unbalanced in his interview with Ernst von Sale, the conscious clerical, when he was on, pushing narratives instead of asking questions as a journalist, Stefan Grutz writes an article today saying that BE is on borrowed time. Why attacks on South Africa's social engineering project won't abate this time? So the policy of black economic empowerment has always been intensely controversial. Now, for the first time in 30 years, the political forces that oppose it may be gathering enough strength to overturn it. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. But it is a rather perverse policy. So, for instance, BE prevents black South Africans from making money. How? Well, case in point, the owners of Burger King in South Africa were told they could not sell their shares to a foreign investor because if they did, it would no longer be BEE compliant. So that meant black people couldn't sell their shares and profit from them because they were black. You see the stupidity of it? This is when you create things based on skin pigmentation, artificial advantage, you get stupid outcomes. And there you go. Well, Finance Minister Enoch Gondwana has agreed to meet with ANC officials about the budget, but you need to meet with the DA and the Freedom Front Plus and the Patriotic Alliance. Finance Minister Enoch Gondwana has been summoned to Lutuli House to present his finalized proposal on the budget. Treasury has 2 days to finalize it before the weeks-long stalemate in the cabinet. Well, they canceled the meeting back in February, and they're supposed to have it on Wednesday. And guess what? There's no budget. A church has been devastated by another road accident. 9 people dead in a bus accident. 12 Apostles Church in Trinity says it's devastated by news that 9 congregants, including a 4-year-old, died in a bus accident on the N2 between Mandeni and Kwadukuza. National Chairperson Bonginkosi Dlamini said, "We send our deepest condolences. We pray to God the families give strength to try to come to terms with what has happened." Horrible. Another road accident. Another terrible road accident in South Africa. Well, government, according to an analyst, says, they don't have to borrow money. They don't have to raise the VAT. They can simply raise your pension funds. Oh, gosh. Former Statistician General Pali Lahola says South Africa should borrow from itself, suggesting tapping pensions and the Johannesburg Stock Exchange instead of the proposed tax hikes as the highly contested VAT increase. Oh, that's crazy. Well, greedy unions have rejected an offer from bankrupt Transnet for a pay rise. Transnet says the revised offer remains above inflation and represents a 16% wage increment over a 3-year period. But that's not good enough. The United National Transport Union and the South African Transport and Allied Workers Union have both rejected Transnet's revised wage offer for above-inflation increases. This is after the parties met at Esalen Park outside Kempton Park for intense negotiations. So, unions are holding Transnet hostage. They have no money. Well, if Starlink can't come to South Africa, well, the Chinese version of Starlink is headed your way. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, the Chi-Coms are coming out with their own version, which doesn't work yet, and they promise it will work. Chinese Starlink launching in over 30 countries in South Africa could be on the menu. An incoming Chinese rival to SpaceX's Starlink could beat the Elon Musk-owned company to launching its service in South Africa. Space Sail, also called Quinfan, a 1,000-sails constellation, or G60 Starlink, is a low Earth orbit satellite broadband service that aims to offer worldwide internet coverage in the coming years. They launched their first 18 satellites in 2024. By January of this year, they had 72. And eventually they'll have 15,000 satellites in space. Well, that's a lot of objects up there. But they're going to have to expand quickly if they want to catch up with Starlink. But they will have an advantage in South Africa because I'm sure the ANC will let them come there. South Africans looking to leave are warned of a permanent mark on your record. Yeah, that's right, folks. An immigration consultation expert has warned on Newsroom Africa, and I already rubbished this with 2 videos, that you'll get a black mark in your record. Yep. So the sad part is that this author, Malcolm Libera, writes this is all pretty factual here. This is actual news. All of this is correct. This portion of the article is all news. But then we get down here to the warning to South Africans. Canadian immigration consultant Nicholas Avramis has warned South Africans about the policy. I would caution any individual from making a refugee claim to the United States or any other country as it will impact future visa applications. Huh. Wait a second. That's not what that article said before. He said asylum. Now it says refugee claim. They've updated the article. Here it says asylum. Asylum is a clear indication that you want to leave your home country without returning. Yeah, it's not asylum. This article has been amended. Business Tech amended this article after I published my video. What the hell is going on again? What is going on here? I reported that this guy kept saying asylum. It's not asylum. I quoted him. And now those quotes are gone in that article. Is this like Newsroom Africa publishing a video saying that Lady Pondor is coming to America, and then I publish a video saying that that's a bad idea and that's going to hurt relations, and then 2 hours later the video's down? Maybe I don't want to have a very high opinion of myself, but it seems like, who's driving the news cycle? South African media or Chris Wyatt? Purely coincidence, I'm sure, folks. Purely coincidental. It's purely coincidence. Purely coincidence. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, folks. Look, I don't get this. I'm not criticizing these people, but I'm just saying that this is not a good look. By the way, all these people are white, and most of them are old, and none of them are fit. I don't get what the purpose of this was. Can we not come with a better way to do this? You can't make a difference if you're not brave enough. Cape Town cyclists stripped for climate awareness. Yeah, okay. Thank you for sharing, folks. C Point, the 2025 World Naked Bike Ride on March 8th. I can't unsee that. Ugh. Cape Townians bared it all or almost all of it on Saturday, March 8th for the annual World Naked Bike Ride, pedaling for a planet powered by more than just fossil fuels. Yeah, I really don't need to see those bums. Notice everybody's white. Everybody's white. Only white people do dumb things like this. Notably, was right. It was right. God, make it stop. My eyes. Oh, God, my eyes. I'm blind. Make it stop. Oh, God bless. Bless their hearts. Put some clothes on, man. Put some clothes on. This is not a Victoria's Secret model shoot. My goodness. Oh, God. All the seats are brown. All the seats are brown and the pedals are gray. Good God. Jan says over 90% of expropriated farms have failed under new black beneficiaries. Well, that's not exactly news. I've told you that for 5 years. Not exactly news. All right. Syrian government is accusing loyalists of executing civilians. This is not good, folks. Armed men loyal to the Syrian government carried out field executions and spoke of purifying the country. That is not good. UK-based independent monitoring group, the Syrian Network for Human Rights, says at least 642 people have died in the violence. That's crazy. Armed men were moving from house to house, attacking people as a form of entertainment. They declared jihad on all of us from all over Syria, said one resident of Latakia. Wow. People were fleeing. Those who couldn't were killed. Bashir, another resident of the city, told CNN, my 70-year-old uncle, a history professor, and his 6-year-old wife were killed in cold-blood at home. Both were Alawites residing in the city of Benias, the western Tartous province. My goodness. It's pretty scary. Well, you thought Syria was settled. It's not. It's not. Yeah, those people are crazy. Those boobs are not up to standard. Oh, my goodness. When you don't know that you don't know, you're supposed to know. You invariably believe you know. What are you saying there? Look, there are too many coincidences here of stories and articles being altered, man. I'm sure, actually, honestly, it's probably just coincidence, but it's a lot of coincidences here. So Hamas is offering a 5 to 10 year truce. No, you are going to be liquidated. You're going to be liquidated. Hamas will be liquidated. Israel's not going to go away till you're liquidated after what you pulled off. Yeah, President Trump, hostage affairs envoy Adam Bothler told Israeli public broadcasting that Hamas has offered to lay down its arms during a period of 5 to 10 years. That ain't going to fly, folks. The Trumps ain't going to fly for that. Did you see Ukrainian refugees are sent back to Ukraine from America? That's a fake news story. Find me at again. That's not true. These are people who had temporary status. They're not refugees. Temporary protected status. There's a very clear legal definition between the two of them. Yep. This is what happens when you allow people who have values that are the antithesis of your society. Man arrested after scaling London's Big Ben with a Palestinian flag. Look at this moron. A man who scaled UK Parliament's historic Big Ben clock tower with a Palestinian flag has been arrested. He was barefoot and wearing all black, clung precariously to the side of the tower, home to one of the world's most famous clocks, for several hours, as the fire brigade wasted time attempting to speak with him. Could have just, hit him with a taser and let him fall. Elsewhere, pro-Palestinian protesters vandalized one of President Donald Trump's golf courses on the west coast of Scotland, saying the action was in direct response to his plan to take over Gaza. Arrest them, lock them up. It's ridiculous. Why do they put up with this nonsense? Look at this. Look at that. Palestine Action is a British-based activist group. I call them a terrorist group that aims to disrupt operations of weapons manufacturers. Wow. Unbelievable. Turnberry is one of two high-profile courses that Trump owns in Scotland. Look at that. Stop putting up with this bullshit. Lock them up and throw away the key. Simple. Sad news for Luxembourg, where the princess died from a genetic disease. Prince Frederick of Luxembourg was 22 years old, passed away yesterday. A rare genetic disease, born with POLG, mitochondrial disease, a group of disorders caused by mutations in the gene. It's incurable, and it causes organ failure over time. He was diagnosed at the age of 14. His health has deteriorated ever since. The royal family of Luxembourg announced his death in an Instagram post. According to his father, Prince Robert of Luxembourg, he passed away on March 1st in Paris. It's a heavy heart that my wife and I would like to inform you of the passing of our son. Last Friday, on February 20th, a rare earth disease, our beloved son called us into his room to speak to him for one last time. He found the strength and courage to say goodbye to each of us in turn. He had already spoken all that was left in his heart to his extraordinary mother who had not left his side in 15 years. Wow. Robs the body cells of energies and it shuts down. That's a sad story. Well, who is Mark Carney? The crisis handling central bank governor turned Canada's next leader. Oh, I thought you were talking about Ford earlier, Carney. New political newcomer, and he's threatening to propose sanctions on America. Let's see who survives that one. The U.S. apparently is open to a minerals deal with the DRC. What are we doing talking about a minerals deal with the DRC? This one blows my mind. I appreciate transactional stuff, but this one really blows my mind. A minerals deal with the URC. 927 people here. Be sure to hit that like button, folks. Hit that like button. Here you go. The U.S. is open to exploring critical minerals partnerships with Democratic Republic of Congo. Wow. The talk of a deal with the U.S., which is also in discussion with Ukraine, has circulated in Kinshasa for weeks. Well, I think we should have nothing to do with the carnage in Congo. We already got roped into Vietnam by the French. We got roped into the Middle East by the British and French. We got roped into Africa by the British and French. Stay out! Leave the DRC be. Let the UN deal with it. They want to be stupid and go there? Let the South Africans go there and deal with it. They've shown they can't handle it either. Well, a plane with 5 aboard has crashed in Lancaster County just down the road from my house. Apparently all of them survived this horrific crash right next to a retirement community. Unfortunately, they didn't hit the building. Small plane. We listened to the transmission last night between the tower and the ground. It was pretty crazy. About a 30-second conversation with the tower last night. That was something else. Yeah, they had an open door, and he turned to go back. He said he was turning to go back, and the tower told him to climb, and they couldn't. Yeah, and there was a moment there where the pilot couldn't hear the tower, and then he just said, "I'm coming back on 26, runway 26." And the tower said, "Roger, runway 26," and then he heard him and acknowledged it, and then the plane went down. They all survived, apparently. 2 already discharged. Immigration agents arrested a Palestinian activist who helped lead the Columbia University protest, and he will be deported. Student negotiator Mahmoud Khalil has been spreading anti-Semitism and Jew hatred on Columbia campus, and he's going to find himself outside the United States. Apparently he's married to an American. Too bad for you, buddy. You're going away. And New Jersey mayor wants to rename Patterson to be Palestine, the capital of Palestinians in America. This is insane. Absolutely insane. Patterson, New Jersey is undergoing rapid transformation with local leaders emphasizing Islamic identity and Palestinian nationalism, sparking concerns among critics about the city's shift away from its historical roots. The recent halal lighting ceremony, city-endorsed event marking Ramadan, is seen as more of a religious celebration but a political rally for Palestinian nationalism. The ceremony took place in Little Palestine, an area of the city now officially renamed Palestine Way. Well, folks, you can take your asses back to Palestine. This isn't Palestine. Go back there. You want to be an American? You're welcome to be an American. Otherwise, piss off and foot sec. We have no interest in you being here disrupting this country. All right, let's see what's going on here. Is Twitter still running? Yep, it's up. Well, no, it's down again. Wow, they're having some serious problems over the X. All right, let me get back to the chat over here and say hello to everybody. Thank you all for the super chats. Those that came in already, appreciate that. It looks like it's slowed down. Also for the memberships that were given to folks. Ronaldo's here. Yeah, where did that rubber come from? Wealthy Money Buddy says, Chris Wyatt for head editor of all South African news outlets, since all of them can edit their articles when he makes comments about them. At least if you were driving the news, it would be factual. Well, that did. That's I read that article before. This is why you got to do screen captures and you got to save the pages, folks. Look, if you see something, you got to do a screen capture. You got to save the page because they'll make it disappear. That thing said, didn't say refugee, it said asylum. And they've changed this quote. And the video, which is down, I don't know if it's down now, but it was up. He says asylum. And I rubbish that. There's no asylum. There's no asylum offer here. It's about refugees. You're the Neanderthal leader. They're adjusting news with yours to convince us you're inaccurate. Somebody's watching the channel, including 890 people. So I think a lot of people just left because we ended with the news. Sorry to see you go there, folks. Not having been heard of Chinese business being BE compliant. Canadian is a fraud. Can't remember what he said or had for breakfast. What's your take on Trump's tariff chaos? Will he succeed in bringing manufacturing back to the U.S.? Also, will the dollar be replaced by Bitcoin as reserve? No. Theodorus, the dollar will not be reserved, but replaced by Bitcoin. There's simply not enough Bitcoin to do that. It's a limited amount, and you can only break it into so many fractions that's useful. So, no, that's not going to happen. And I wouldn't call it tariff chaos. I'd call it tariff war is what I'd call it. He's trying to use it as a weapon to get people to change their behavior. And we've seen both Canada and Mexico change their behavior, but not sufficiently enough. We saw Colombia change their behavior, and they backed down instantly. We've seen other countries change their behavior. Denmark, which refused to do anything about security for the Arctic and for Greenland. Donald Trump talks about buying Greenland or invading Greenland, and suddenly they're spending $1 billion buying 3 cutters to patrol the Arctic waters around Greenland. So, yeah, it works. It's a shame we have to go to that, but my mom is 85, 2.5-year-old son. I have pain maintenance, and I haven't had work in 13 years. Good gosh. Sorry to hear that. Nick just gave, you're feeling lavish. You feeling lavish at 14 rands? Thank you for that 14 rand super chat for that. We went from 890 to 869. What's going on? Where are you all leaving to? Chris Wyatt is South Africa's daddy. There are no coincidences there. Piggybacking. Oh, some people are definitely piggybacking. A number of people stealing my content and misusing it and misrepresenting. Someone last night accused me of being an evil white supremacist and hating South Africa. It's nothing further from the truth. It's utter nonsense. Utter nonsense. People have nothing, so they go to name calling. They just go to name calling. They do that every year. Oof, I'll pass. Fossils fueling the bikes, more like Jurassic Park. Oh, Tomahawk says it's the German Nationals. I don't think so. South African mainstream media is binge watching my channel. Wrinkles show all over when you reach that age. They do. My goodness, you guys are killing me. Woke Cape Town. Yep. Okay. You crack me up, says Nikki McCormick. Well, thank you for that. Robert Z.A., welcome. Charles Van Onslen. Maeve. Okay. Sean, you should only watch the front runners, the naked bikes. It's an unwritten rule. Oh, when you don't know. Okay, I already read that. Okay. It is too strange indeed. Connie Loves Pencils is there. How did bike ride help anything or anyone? It's just attention seeking. Ilza Torrian, welcome to you. I love the cherry blossom there. Surprised some of those. Oh, you got it. Stop it. 10 pounds from Phoenix 138 errata. I worked 3 weeks Iceland, 3 weeks UK for a top secret weather manipulating lab. Oh, interesting. Okay, they check their facts by watching your content. I'm sure I will catch you later. Have a good one. All right, take care, Shylock. Whatever you do, Chris, don't sign with SABC. Another lead getting his people killed. Who's that? Went to renew a passport. My wife apply for a new one. What a nightmare. Online appointment. Full until April 11th. Wow. Videos that are circulating Telegram are awful. Are you talking about, Nick, about Syria? I'm a rock star. No, I don't know about that. I can't sing, so I don't know about being a rock star. See, Ukrainian refugees are sent. No, that's an actor too. Queen saw the naked bicycle picture. Bicycle, bye. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. That was for Ronaldo. He loves Queen. I'm getting stalked. Sandy Bay. Okay. Wonder how many of those cyclists got sunburned where they don't want to burn. Yeah. Yeah, Hamas doesn't keep deals. Good point. Cannot wait for my holiday at the Trump Hotel in Gaza. It's Turk. Being blind is a blessing. Oh my gosh, Rudy. Welcome to South African Media, says Proza Barnard. Okay. Hamas is just another leadership program where billionaires getting their people killed. Exactly. They're all in Dubai hanging out. Will you be the one letting us know, okay, Afrikaners, pack your bags, waiting to receive you with lots of love? No, but I will be the one reporting on you what the facts are. Telling you to stay off my lawn. Get off my lawn! Damn it! The kid's on that escalator again. Oh my goodness. Marna Jameson, you're scared. What are you scared about, Marna? America needs to introduce prison farms where those convicted work for the land, food security, and pay back their debts. If he falls off Big Ben, he will have one less idiot. Yep. All right. Colonel, are you aware that anything can be seized under the new EWC? I'm one of the few analysts who've told you all along it's not about farmland. That's a red herring. Yeah, they're going to take farmland. It's not about farmland. That's how they've distracted. Section 25 of the Constitution. Let me go find this. Show you that I've been talking about this forever because I have the digits. Okay, let me go see if I can find the slide. I got to make this the right size because it's easier to find this way. Why is this thing not the right size? There we go. Okay, my Explorer suddenly was the wrong size. Okay, let me find this. I hope to be around this time frame here. A little bit further back. Come on. I have so many damn documents I've made here. So many slides. Okay, getting close. Come on. It's before that. Okay, got to be really close now. Maybe not. Okay. Come on. I got to put these all in one separate file so I don't have to hunt for them like this all the time. I'm not seeing it. Where the hell's it at? Come on. There it is. Thank you. Thank you. Took me a while to find it, folks. There you go. Okay. Zoom it up. This is Section 25 of the South African Constitution. You'll notice the things I've highlighted. Paragraph 2, property may be expropriated only in terms of law of general application for a public purpose in the public interest and is subject to compensation. The amount of compensation, the time and manner of payment must be just and equitable. And at the bottom, in red, property is not limited to land. I've been the one who's been telling you that it's your pensions, it's your Buckies, it's your gold, it's your Krugerrands, it's your jewelry, it's everything you own. And that's what they want. That's what they're coming for. And the government of the day will use this as a political tool to attack its opponents. If you speak out against the government, LSR, they'll come after you. They'll seize your wealth. They'll seize your home. They'll seize your cars and impoverish you. They don't have to put you in prison, just bankrupt you. Yep. Eastern Cape Gardening, welcome to you. No, it wasn't myocarditis, altruism. It was a disease, a mitochondrial disease. Wild dogs and Neanderthals, says Joe Kruger. Further research, have a list of things to sort banks. Unfortunately, don't handle everything I need to take care of. Okay. Canada have elections later this year. Yeah. Well, they were going to swing right until Trump came in office. Now the press has really affected the situation. It was about 60 to 30 or something like that was in favor of the conservatives. Now it's almost even. Old Man Gamer, 70 Rand, thanks. What's the story about Syria? I see plenty of videos about jihadists hunting and killing Christians. Yeah, it's happening. I just talked about it a few minutes ago, Old Man Gamer. They are. And they're spreading it all over social media. Maybe that's why X is down. Maybe somebody attacked it because they didn't like that. I don't know. It's scary what's going on. Never had my Ford, okay? Or my PC. Yes, we started the process. Done this 10 years ago. Keep in mind, I have not been mandated as yet. It says, I don't know what that's all about. You're already bankrupt. They can't take anything from you. Okay? They will not take my firearms. Okay? Clinton Smith, 140 rand pledge. If you take me or not, Chris, God bless. It's Emperor Trump. Well, he's not an emperor, but thank you for the thought. Okay, thank you for that super chat. Appreciate that. Cornelia Fundamental, this is why the ANC been busy pushing for new intelligence law amendment to it. They are after reform with that also. Well, we'll see. That's what Neil De Beer's analysis is. I got a question into a couple lawyers to see if that's an accurate reading. Kobestan looks like the government already took cycles. They took their clothes. For the simple reason that we were 3 times being attacked and stabbed twice, I'll take the refugee offer, not just for me, but for the future of my 3 girls. Vincent Fogel, I understand that. Spot a new News 24 article. We are not anti-America. We're anti-bullying and disrespect our sovereignty, says ANC. Really? Let me go look that one up. Let me go look that up. So, News 24. Yep. Oh, and it's, of course, Nomvulo Monkonyane, who met with the Iranian terrorist. Yeah, the first Deputy Secretary General. It says South Africa is not anti-America, but anti-bullying and disrespect. Again, lies. Ladies and gentlemen, we have not imposed sanctions in South Africa. We have not kicked you out of AGOA. We have not targeted South Africa. We have not taken you out of the SWIFT system. We have not embargoed trade. We have not blockaded your country. Where is the disrespect and the bullying? We have simply said, you're not getting any more free money because you're working against our interest. That's it. They're playing the victim here. And it ain't working. It ain't working. Yeah, respect is earned. That's right, Freya Menzel. Thank you very much for that. Respect is earned. That's right. Respect is earned. Yeah, I know that to be a statement, but let's put that down. Respect is earned. You guys are influencing my videos here. Respect is earned. That's correct. Respect is earned, ladies and gentlemen. Bullying for Dummies, a handbook for the GNU. Yeah, exactly. ANC jump around like ants on a hot plate. Yep, they are anti-bullying of what they define as bullying. Yeah, what exactly is bullying? Yeah, what about Ubuntu? There's no budget because there's no money. You can't have a budget if there's no money. That's true. The 3-year-old son has no future. One opportunity is based on merit, not skin color. Stop giving them ideas. I need swift and restriction, free travel, or you're not getting super chats. No, that's for targeted sanctions on leadership. They're so used to getting everything for free. Well, the ANC is so used to getting their own way. I mean, I didn't discuss this in my conversation with Emma Powell because we went so many directions. But I wanted to say that, for years, South Africa's policy wasn't determined in Parliament. It was determined at Latuli House. Well, they can't do that anymore. They're still trying to do it, and they can't do it. Sent you a very urgent email. Hope to hear from you soon, Mr. Jardin. Okay? If it's very urgent, let me see. I get lots of people sending me urgent messages, and they really aren't as urgent as people make them out to be. So let's see. Okay. Sean, I'll take a look at that later. It was a personal message, okay. Riki Berg, we as family did not experience persecution as yet. We can apply out of fear. Yes, you can. Well, for the refugee program, yeah, if and when it comes available, yes. Where's the law? The law says fear persecution. Fear persecution due to race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or membership in a particular social group. Yep. All going to pitch up on bicycles outside your house for the great work. You come naked in front of my house, man, I'll be calling the sheriff. I'll be calling the sheriff. Yuri Ferrara, thank you for signing up. Yes, Chris should have an interview with Steve Hofmeyer. Well, then go tell Steve to come on the program. I know, Steve, we're friends. He hasn't come on the program. I invite him periodically, 3 or 4 times a year. He never comes on. But Steve is a very welcoming guy. Every time I turn around, and Steve watches my videos and comments on occasionally. I've been to Steve's house. We've had braais. We've gone to lunches and dinners together. I've met his family, all his kids from, previous spouses and his little daughter he's got now. Lovely people. Yes, you got to tell Steve to come on my program. Look, I don't want to bug the guy, I just was in touch with him this week because his concert is in Cape Town, and I'm going to miss it. I can't be there. It's in the end of March at DHL Greenpoint Stadium. I would love to be there, but I can't make it. Yeah, so if you want Steve to come on the program, you guys got to go to Steve. Go to his program. Why aren't you going to the Colonel? Go see the Colonel. Talk to the Colonel. Yep. Stop beginning for money, South Africa. Huh? Rule by fear, lead by honor. There you go. Okay. The ANC banned the Dalai Lama. Yes, I know, Nick. I know. Twice. They banned it because the Chinese communists told me, if you ban the Dalai Lama, what the hell is wrong with you? I mean, he's like the coolest dude on the planet. He's not even trying to get his country back the Chinese stole. People forgot about that. They stole his country. They invaded it. They've occupied it. And they say they're a force for world peace? Really? You invaded Korea in 1950, excuse me. You invaded Korea. You invaded Vietnam in 1979. You invaded and occupied Nepal. Or Tibet, excuse me. Not Nepal. Tibet. They're a conquering power. A threat to their neighbors. And they're talking about being a force for peace in the world? What a crock that is. Look at Botswana. They took on this chin and went to negotiate with the USA, and now they get more deals and their country prospers. Yep. Come on, Chris. If a bunch of naked born mice is pitched. Okay. All right. All right. You got me, Sean. You got me. Steve is free now. Message him. What do you mean Steve is free now? I'm not messaging him. I've already asked him. Yuri, I met you 2 years ago, one evening at Emerald Casino, Vanderbilt Park. I try to follow your videos. Very thoughtful. Thanks for what you're doing. Hey, Yuri. Yeah, that was a good night. Unfortunately, I had to run that night because I had to go meet with Monty Jackson and Danny van der Westhuizen. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Thank you for coming to that. Yep, that was set up by Ronell. She put that all together, and she was fantastic. By the way, they took care of me. The room I had was near the front desk, and it was fantastic. It was a lovely room. I'm sure the rooms are all the same, but it was a good spot. Yeah, so I didn't get to enjoy my time there because the time I came back from was well after midnight, and I had to get up and hit the road in the morning. But yeah, thank you. I enjoyed it. Thank you for coming to that. I appreciate that. That was awesome. That was a good meet and greet. I really enjoyed that one. The hotel was a little confused when I got there, but we sorted it out. We're all living in fear. In fact, let me see where that's at. Hang on a second here. I bet you I got a picture of that. So that's going to be in 2022. That's going to be in this drive, multiple drives, multiple folders. That would be August. Was it August or September? Because they ran together. August. Let me see. Where do I wind up at the end of August? Okay, that's... Oh, that's it right there. It's okay, cool. Okay, here we go. There we go. That's the one you're talking about right there. Wow, I found that right away. There you go. That's the one. That's our meet and greet. Cool. Yuri Hildenhuis. There you go. There you go. That's our meet and greet. That was pretty cool. That was a lot of fun. You guys are fantastic. I really enjoyed that night. Yep. Cool beans. See, I keep all these, folks. I keep all of them. They all mean something to me. They're all special. Thank you. Pretty cool. Yep, that was pretty cool. Yeah, Emerald Casino, Vanderbilt Park. Yep. Peter Liebenberg, we're all living in fear now. Barbie, hello, Colonel and crew. Very late here. Welcome, Barbie. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic. It's fantastic. You can brush my hair. Touch me anywhere. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. What's up with the rand? It keeps gaining strength. I don't know what's going on with the rand. That's bizarre. Currency traders are an odd lot. We'll see what happens. Please come to Cape Town and knock some common sense on your color people as well. I'm afraid they'll call you racist, Western too. No, I get along with color folks pretty well there, Adrian and Carlos. A lot of color folks in the chat here. We don't believe the things trolls say about you. Well, yeah, whatever. I can't stop them. But thank you. Lived in, for many years, they moved to Joburg since I heard. I haven't lived in Amazimtoti. You must be talking to Chris Ehlers. No, I visited Amazimtoti, never lived there. Can we expect a visit from you, Storm Chasers? Maybe one day, Storm Chaser. Might be surprised. USA is a great country, being a president log, a leader with a backbone, a farmer from South Africa living in the USA. The president got good intentions for the farmer. Well, I hope so. When I was still involved with something training dealing managers, I learned never argue with fools. They will only drag you down. Exactly. But some things you have to refute, folks. Some things you can't just let some things go, okay? Some things require a public statement about it. Otherwise, it becomes the narrative. Thank you, Old Man Gamer, for another 70 Rand Super Chat. Okay, all our break-ins were inside jobs. Yep. Colonel, please come to Cape Town. By the way, tomorrow on the program, instead of the news, we'll have Ernst Rutz will be on the program, formerly of AfriForum and Solidarity. Ernst Rutz, now with the Pioneer Movement, will be on the program tomorrow. So if you got your questions, feel free to tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. South Africa time. Yep. I haven't undecided whether I'll do the news before that. I might do a short news broadcast in the morning just because people come to count on it. But the regular time will be Ernst Rutz. What happens with taxation in terms of the refugee programs you had experience with it? I don't understand your question. Taxation what? We don't care about tax on that side. Iran Supreme Leader slams U.S. bullying after Trump's letter seeking nuclear deal. Now Iran is calling U.S. bully. I wonder where they get that. Yeah, exactly. Mr. Chardin says thank you. You're welcome, Mr. Chardin. Yeah, well, I know where they get the idea. They're birds of a feather flocking together. They're fellow travelers on the communist spectrum. Yep. And Brady Partridge just subscribed. Thank you for that. I saw an article last night that Israel is planning on investing in Zimbabwe. Yeah, I heard about that too. Julie says, amazing you live in Thailand. Who lives in Thailand? Not me. Brenda Duplessis. When is this asylum program starting? It's standing around the corner. Well, it's never starting, Jan van Driel. There is no asylum program. Not starting. There's no asylum program. There is no asylum program. There's an offer for refugee status for South Africans and a certain category of people. That's true. But there's no asylum. Not happening. I like board music, so I thought I would share that my wife's grandfather is Mani Bodenstein, famous for playing music with his concertina. Well, thank you for sharing that. Afrikaners sat back and looked how the ANC built roads, mines, infrastructure since 1852. Then we stole, and now we want it back. What? You're being facetious. Vincent says, I know his son Devin Hofmeyer personally. Well, so do I. I know Devin. Yes, I have seen what Newlands looks like. I made a video of it. Unfortunately, I don't think it's on YouTube because the music. Let me see. Newlands. Oh, it is on here. Okay, here we go. That's Newlands. I put on TikTok with music behind it. I used that song from that racing series of movies when Paul Walker died. That looks shocking, but that's already, when did I publish that? 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. Who knows what it looks like now? No, I went there and I said, look, I'm a journalist. Can I, hang on a second here. It's doing some strange stuff here. So I went there 2 years ago and I said, look, I'm a journalist. Can I come in and film some footage? And they let me in. So, yep, it was abandoned. But they're still paying people to work there to keep it, you know. So I'm missing a few chats here. Ian Knott gave a 35 Rand super chat. Thank you for that. Okay. Oh, I asked if it will be double taxed. Now, I've answered that question, Dirk, and you're here a lot. I've answered it twice now in the past couple of days. I don't know the answer. I'm not a tax attorney, but I do know that we have reciprocity. The U.S. will normally not tax you on something you're taxed on abroad, but you will be taxed here. So your income here, you'll be taxed. If you have income elsewhere, you'll be taxed there. If they don't tax you, then you'll be taxed on the U.S. So, for instance, if I have income in Mauritius, I work in Mauritius, and I'm able to exempt $112,000 a year or something like that because the U.S. government allows me to do that for overseas income. Mauritius can tax me on that. If they don't, anything above and beyond that, America's going to tax me on it, even though I'm in Mauritius, even though that's where my income is being earned. That's how it works, man. The IRS wants your money regardless. Never got what message, old gamer guy? What did I miss? Oh, Jan is joking. Okay. Virtual Western Cape says, my father runs his own business. He's the chillest guy, but today he said South Africa's in trouble. He worries it's pretty serious. Yeah, I understand. Can't Trump just use his red button to oppose? Well, here's my red button. How are we doing on likes? I'm going to push it. We don't even have 1,000 likes. We got 5,500 people watch this.
That was easy.
Shocker to think Newlands is. Yeah, it is. That's what Newlands looks like. Okay. Anyone read Jan's? No, I didn't read the full statement. I think Jan is just having a go, having fun there. People want Steve on your show. It's fair. You gate crashed with his duet. Well, he called me up on stage. I didn't ask to go up there. I think you need to have a tattoo on your forehead that corrects the asylum refugee confusion. I think Jan was just having a go at it. Yeah, that's Newlands. Yeah, that's 2 years ago. Who knows what it looks like now? Many good times there. Will never be a place like Newlands again. Yeah, and I never got to go to game at Newlands. That sucks. Monis Potgieter, 35 Rand super chat. Thank you for that. Under the new law, we can go take it, and then rugby can be played there again. Now I see that Newlands, Ike Kamala posted a video today telling folks what's what. Yeah, Ike Kamala's video is pretty good. I tried contacting him, but his email's no good, so I don't know how to get a hold of Ike Kamala. I want to interview him. Adrian Carlos says, do you think our country still has hope? Yeah, I do, but you are right at the abyss right now. Thank you, Jean Jordan, for that 70 Rand super chat. Will Trump disband the IRS? He's talking about it. He's talking about it. Sean Rudman says, are you live? Yes, I'm live. Thank you, Manis Potgieter, for the super chat. But will South Africa still be able to tax you? I do not think they have legally. They can tax you, but how are they going to collect it? Yannicka Renica, thank you for the videos. You're very welcome, Yannicka. Frank Pisano, come to Namibia. You'll be safer here. Yeah, Namibia is kind of safe. Yeah, for the most part. They still have crime, but not like South Africa. Must just confirm major cyber attack. Busy tracing culprits. That's what I said. It was a cyber attack. Yep, it's pretty obvious from the outage. So, by the way, I've got 5,900 people following me on X now. Thank you for that. If you'd like to follow me on X, I'd appreciate that. And you can do so by going here. Here's the link. There you go. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, EPK. Neville's here. Neville, what's going on with your mom? Any news there? Hopefully it's good news. Everything is just left to rot. Yep. Definitely not a country to be proud of. When kids are grown, I've encouraged them to try to work remotely. Rock said, I don't care. Will not pay tax to a crap country if I'm a refugee. Oops. And YouTube tab just crashed. Well, that is how a lot of farms look after expropriation. Thank you for the super chat, JP Nauda. 35 rands. It is definitely a day of little super chats, and it's working out pretty well. Thank you all for that. 920 likes. Can we push that up to 1,000? You know it's a live broadcast when you can comment in the chat box on the right. Exactly. If you spend more than a certain amount of days outside South Africa, you are exempt to taxes. See, I don't know the tax law there. Aiden, good to see you. Well, thank you for being here. Why would disbanding the IRS be a good thing? Why? Because it's evil. The IRS has unconstitutional authority. It can attach your assets. That's not in the Constitution. You can't do that. It says right there in the Constitution, you can't be deprived of property. You can't be deprived of property. The IRS does it. They just take your assets. It's unbelievable. Fifth Amendment to the Constitution. No person shall be held to answer for a capital crime. Yada, yada, down here. Okay. Nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. Ronnie Lamola, Fifth Amendment. You lied about America and having expropriation without compensation. You're a liar. So you cannot take people's property without due process. But the IRS seizes people's property. It freezes their wages. It garnishes it does all kinds of unconstitutional things. The fact it exists is a violation of the Constitution. It should never be around. It's not called for in the Constitution. And frankly, you just have a flat 10% income tax. Boom. 10%. Done, dusted. And then people are going to say, we're not the poor. We're not the poor. Well, you can set thresholds for people that don't pay the 10%. Yep. Simple as that. Simple as that. Newlands must surely be better now as there are music concerts there this month. Steve Hoffmeyer's concert's at DHL Greenpoint Stadium. It's not at Newlands. At least that's what the ad says. Yes, I saw the video footage there, Jan Fundriel. Thank you for that. 1,000 is the goal. The algorithm likes that. Okay, well, let's get there. 945 likes. We're still 65 away from that. So let's hit that. Okay. She recognized me today. I could chat. Oh, that's awesome, Neville. I mean, I know it's the little things, but that's good to hear. Possibility to replace the IRS with the ERS. There you go. That's something they've talked about. Lisa Vandevalt says it will not help to go to Namibia if they count the people who have given up finding Namibia's 60% unemployment. It's difficult to get permanent work. That's true. That's true. Graham Kelly says friends of ours had farm expropriated and had scorched earth policy used. To this day, the place like a desert. Eben Terrebonne says, love how you just have the facts there. Well, sometimes I have to look them up, but usually I know the facts. Most of the land the federal government claims should belong to the states. Down Detector, website that monitors outages, registered a spike in reports over 21,000 reports of service disruptions in the United States alone. So it's not just them. Okay. There was and still a massive cyber attack. We get attacked every day, but this one was done with a lot of resources, either a large coordinated group. Yeah, exactly. What about the ANC budget? Well, the next 48 hours, Joe Cruiser, could be the most eventful in post-apartheid South African history, and we could see the collapse of the government of national unity. Let's see what happens. Cheryl Polketer, good night. Go feed the family. Be safe. Have a great evening. Tracy, we'll check back tomorrow. Take care. Don't forget to check. Acoustics do suck at Greenpoint Stadium. I know. I go to rugby there. It's terrible. Well, you mentioned the Anti-Defamation League began the same year the Federal Reserve Act happened. No, I wasn't going to mention that. Why was that relevant to anything? Years ago, my brother worked at Botswana. They took 10% tax straight, nothing else. Yeah, exactly. Marike. Exactly. 10% flat tax, problem solved. No need for the IRS. No need for software. No need for attorneys. No need for accountants. Boom, done, dusted. Even the right people rents out would not be better for my kids. Okay. That's sad. Okay. If you fly to USA on your own dime and claim refugee status, what happens? Well, okay. Shivwetu, if you come to the United States and claim refugee status, you'll be ignored because you can't be a refugee here. You have to get refugee status in a third country. There's no country bordering America where you could be legitimately a refugee except for except for Mexico and Canada, and you're not from either one of those, so your refugee status would be illegitimate. You can't claim it. If you enter the United States legally and then claim asylum, you can do that, but we don't grant asylum to South Africans, so you're going to lose. So you'll be here for a few years, and you'll be able to stay in the country a short period of time. Eventually, your case will come up. You go to court, and you'll be denied. You'll be deported back to South Africa. So, yep. So that's the answer to that question. Please don't scream to my ears. Who's screaming, Annie? I'm not screaming. Maximum age joining the armed forces. I don't know what EHATs. You mean what's the maximum age? Well, it depends on the services. They all have different standards. Usually it's about 34 years of age. Rugby or football? Is that a question or a statement? Fighter jets had intercept planes over Trump's house and X-hacked. Yeah, exactly. The United States is under assault. It's a cyber war. We're running at 18%. Running what at 18%? Can I speak live? What are you talking about, Sean? I'm also off, guys. Uncle Chris Wyatt. Have a great... All right, take care, Brom. Sedgefield's here. I didn't see you before. It's relevant. The ADL began promoting internet censorship. Yeah, but it wasn't found in 2019. It's age old. So close to 1,000. We need 18 more likes to get to 1,000. That's right. Battle Blood River. Hey, what's this? Was once on course sponsored by USA, DEA, and Botswana. Everybody pay a flat rate, 10%. Yep. Yes, I don't know what Botswana's current tax rate is, but it was 10% for the longest time. Hello Tofu just gave 20 memberships. I'm going to have to shut that down, so I'll do all the salutes real quick. Yeah, you probably went to the International Law Enforcement Academy, right? That's where we went. Ilea, Botswana. Yep, that's where I'm sure you went. I've been to Ilea. It's brilliant. Ilea, Botswana. There we go. International Law Enforcement Academy, Ilea. Yep. Yep. 25 miles south of. It's on the grounds of the Botswana National Police College. Yep. Here you go. Ilea. International Law Enforcement Academy. Located 45 kilometers south of Gaborone. It's a U.S.-funded program with in-kind contributions via the government of Botswana. In July 24, 2000, in view of the long-standing close cooperation, law enforcement mutual interests, they established this. Yep. Good stuff, Ilea. I wouldn't mind going to working for Ilea. That'd be cool. Something different. Yep. They do some good stuff there. And they train police from all over Africa. Ilea. Yeah. I was trying to think of the town where it's at. I'm drawing a blank on the name of the town. Anyway. I'm going on over here in my chat. 60,000 subs make it happen, peeps. We're not there yet, folks. We're only at 55,787, 789. So we still got a ways to go. How many salty tears have you seen from Lefty Libs with them removing BLM from the plaza? There's a lot of salty tears. Rory's out of here. And another 4. Okay. Mariska Visser says, what about my gift? Free membership? Well, YouTube decides. It's done at random. Good night, Chris. Everyone, thank you. Are you all going to bed? You guys are a bunch of old fogies, man. What's my stance on capital punishment? I think it's a good idea. Now we're turning into a small cave now. Enjoy your cozy nest. All right. Lobatsi. Thank you, Fiona. That's it. Lobatsi. That's where it's at. Lobatsi. I couldn't think of where it was at. Yeah. We've got the 1,000 likes. Okay. Well, maybe we should end it here in an hour and a half. Okay. No? Should we keep going? End her to keep going. No, it's not the bass. There's no bass, man. Is that the bass? No, it's not the bass. There's no bass, man. Good God. You fogies going to bed at 7:30, man. Oh, my goodness. Good Lord. Did you eat breakfast at 5 or dinner at 5 o'clock? 20 more minutes. Okay, like the company here. Okay, well, we'll hang around, but we just saw 40 people leave. Do you know anything about the H2O program for technical business? I had no idea what you're talking about there, Anton Mulder. Sorry. No more news. Save your energy. This will be a week of history. They're talking about the secret CIA base thing. That reminds me. I can go look and see if she responded. Hang on a second. I gotta see who that is. I can't remember her name. I know it. Oh, I know. It just came to me. Come on. That's not right. There you go. She didn't respond. Huh. Okay, well, I tried to set up to do it Thursday, but she hasn't responded yet. Interesting. Well, tomorrow we have Anecdotes, so Pizza's arrived. Oh, pizza, man. I could go for some pizza. Yep, we got 1,000. It's 7:30. Really going to bed? Me, I only see bed around 11 or 12. Yeah, I got you, man. If I see it at all, it's past that time. Because you can't claim refugee status while in the country, you are fleeing to asylum. It's different rules. Yep. The U.S. base in Botswana. You guys kill me, man. There's no base in Botswana. It is not there. You got to quit listening to nonsense. You got to quit listening to nonsense. Oops, some people delete their messages they sent to me in WhatsApp. What's going on over here? All right. South Africans statistically wake up the earliest. If you say so. We send the old folks and kids to beds early. People going to bed probably have jobs. Really? I had a job where I had to be in at 6 every morning, and I didn't go to bed till around 11 or midnight. Clive says ANC's not the government's not a true reflection of the country. People know that. Yes, Breiburgi. You should see the Safas in wintertime, shame. Well, they bundle up like polar bears, man. They're afraid of the cold. Okay. Pizza with bacon and salami. I prefer Canadian bacon. Trump should implement life in prison without parole for illegal firearms and the chair for any form of trafficking. My wife is the rider, says the blind biker. Please check Afrikaans' Goed. A lot of beautiful songs for your channel. Yeah, but I'll get copyright strikes for that, so can't do that. Afrikaans' Goed. Yeah, I love that. Yep, good stuff. I understand you wouldn't want to open a can of worms. No, I have no problem talking the ADL or the Southern Poverty Law Center or the American Criminal Liberties Union. I'm happy to talk about them, but I don't understand what your point is. It has nothing to do with this conversation. You've got a Delta team in Mozambique. I've never seen a government more dishonest as my own. And PH just gave it 35 Rand super chat. Says press the like button, folks. Yep. I wake up at 4 o'clock, go to bed by 7:30, says Yvonne. Okay. Well, we've kept you past your bedtime then, Yvonne. Thank you for being here. Oh, yes, pineapple. Hawaiian pizza. Canadian bacon and pineapple. Good stuff. People going to bed are now the ones running away from their adult kids for mental peace. See, the Public Service Administration Minister Buthelezi says it's not the government's responsibility to deal with corruption because the government as a state cannot be corrupt. I heard something about that, but I didn't see it. What do you think of Stille Soldat song? I'm not familiar with the song. I do enjoy pineapple on my pizza, but not right now. Hey, George, it's been a while since I've seen you, man. How's the family? And how's the Netherlands? I love pizza with pepperoni or veg pizza with artichoke. Ugh, I don't like artichoke in my pizza. I don't like artichoke at all. Growth means big, huh? Pineapple on pizza is lekker, says Sean. South Africans cannot get passports in Pretoria. System offline since Friday. Well, that sucks. Game says pineapple does not belong on pizza. It does, dude. It does. All right. So we have got 2,371 people voted in the poll. So if you haven't seen the poll yet, hang on. That's not what I want. I want this copy link. So you can go vote in the poll. If you want to go vote in the poll on Twitter, on X. I'm still not comfortable calling it X, but yeah, you can vote on that. There you go. Interesting to hear the cyber attacks going on. Yep. Me. What about the Rhodesian War? That's just a random thought. Stray voltage out there. Been here all the time. Renee leaving 24th. I leave next month, 28th. Oh. March, April 28th. Okay. You going to be gone for long? Kurt will never go. Who? Kurt Darren? I ask, what place in the U.S. has the best pizza? For it's interesting because people debate that. New York has pizza, but I don't think New York pizza is particularly good. They have a cheap pizza you find on the street down there in Manhattan. It's good for, like, it was $1 slice. I'm sure it's not $1 slice anymore now because of COVID and the inflation. Probably $2.50 a slice. But the pizza's okay for late night when you're half lit or walking and you're hungry and there's nothing open. But Chicago deep dish pizza is pretty famous. It's all a matter of preference. As far as the pizza places, I couldn't eat Domino's. It tastes like cardboard. Then they changed the recipe and the style and the sauce about 10 or 15 years ago, and Domino's is okay. We've got Little Caesars, which I used to find that disgusting, but they changed their pizza. It's tastier now. My favorite, though, is Papa John's. I love Papa John's pizza. Hawaiian with chili and garlic. Okay. I want to go show you the island in the Val d'Am. Used to be National Intelligence Headquarters. Okay. Deep dish all the way. Yeah, deep dish is good. What do you pay for full pizza? Well, Edward has really increased with inflation. So let me just go to Papa John's and look and see. So Papa John's, we'll make a pizza, okay? God bless it. Why is the caps on? Papa John's Pizza. Okay, let's go there. Create your own pizza. Here we go. All right. So Papa John's. Let's see if they got any deals real quick. They got one topping pizza for $14. And they've got pizza pairings. Carry out special for only $10. That's a good deal. Now, these are specials. They're usually more expensive than this. But they get you with delivery. It says free delivery if you spend $40 is free. Who's spending $40 to buy pizza unless you're buying a bunch of pizzas for a party? Family special, $27. Large specialty for $15.99. So there you go. So here we get two for $6.99. That's pretty good. But these are medium-sized pizzas, not large. So you can add and customize. So medium pizza, original crust, New York style crust. Okay, let's try that. There you go. I like the original crust. We'll go with that. Okay, sauce. I like the barbecue sauce. Normal cut. And you add to the deal. So that's how it works. Anyway, yeah, Papa John's is pretty popular here. My brother worked there many, many years ago, about 30 years ago. I'd never even heard of Papa John's, and he swore by it. He swore by it. Anyway, the problem is they charge like $5 to deliver, and they charge this other fee, and you pay $8 or $10 just to get things delivered to you. So I only buy when it's on special, or if I'm out near the place that delivers, and I'm up that way, and I order it, and I just go over and pick it up and bring it home. I'm not a big margarita pizza fan. Hey, Charles Boyson says, Masakint, do you know perhaps if the useless ANC government got an audience with Trump? No, they haven't. They haven't got one yet. Mr. Pizza Man in the southern suburbs, Cape Town. In South Africa, my pizza is, there's only one choice. Romans. Yeah, Roxy, that's not cheap. I mean, usually if I get a pizza, it winds up costing me $30 or $40. That's just, they're Papa John's has been losing money left and right or losing customers because we're not paying that anymore. So they just started lowering their prices recently. So, yep. No, so that's unusual. It's been very high lately. So during the lockdown, I almost never ordered Papa John's because their prices are just too high. Romans is tops, Mr. Jardin. There's no doubt about it. I'll eat Romans all day long. How large is a large pizza? 16 inches. 16 inches. Although a lot of them are going to 14 inches as their large size pizza, which is a little bit smaller. Biltong Dorvo's shop in the U.S. Okay. Hey, Francois Leroux. Francois Swart, you must have just tuned in. We've been saying pineapple on pizza. I said yes. Okay, let's do a poll. Oh, you want me to do a poll? We'll do that, okay? Pineapple on pizza. Start a poll. Okay. There you go. Polls up, folks. 600 plus people here. Our Romans have really gone backwards. Yeah, no, I think so. Would you say food is more expensive in the USA compared to what you see? Yes, food is much more expensive in the US than it is in South Africa. I can eat dirt cheap in South Africa, mostly because exchange rate, but yeah. Yeah, but your meals are not that expensive. Costco pizza and chicken. I've never had Costco pizza. Passports. Would not having a passport affect the emergency resettlement process when it's available? The answer, J-Bot, is that we don't know. However, I suspect it might not. We'll see. Bacon and banana. Ugh, banana on a pizza. That's disgusting. Okay, fruit belongs in dessert, not on a pizza. Well, Neville, some of us like it. Chris Stenell. There was always a place in Creole in Mpumalanga that made a spare rib pizza with so much topping. One slice will fill you. Okay. Eating an option for a big no. Renee Fisagi says South African bacon beechwood smoked is still the best. Okay. Okay. I like my my seafood pizza, also Four Seasons. Prefer Panarati's. Yeah, Panarati's was good 20 years ago. I'm not too high. Debonair's is horrible. Panarati's, yeah, they were good. They're not so great anymore. Dante's, never had that. It's not the size that counts, but how it fills you up. Avocado on a pizza, never heard of that. Before they closed down Scooters, never heard of that. My dad says Hawaii ruined pizza by adding pineapple. Favorite fast food in America? I like Five Guys burgers, but they're so expensive. Going to Five Guys for one person costs you $20 just for a burger, fries, and a drink. Chicken mayo. Oof, no thanks. Debonair's is cardboard. Yep. Pizza Hut is the way. Yeah, Pizza Hut in Germany is fantastic. In Europe, but in America, it's not that great. They're tracking down the crowd. Denial service attack. Okay. Yeah, Panarotti's is not the same anymore, Pete. They used to be really good. I went to Panarotti's in Windhoek, and it was fantastic years ago. Okay, what about Cola Colas? I'm not familiar with that. 400 Rand. Yeah? 400 Rand. For a burger. Shop in Hoodspot. Okay. Chris, I promise you no better pizza than calamari. Ugh, gross. Calamari. Pizza was great back in the 90s. Yeah, it was great once upon a time, but they're still great overseas in Europe. You're welcome, the mic. Appreciate your input in the world. What we say is not promote. What's this? Scooters used to be debonaires. Huh? Rumor has it that you want to apply for refugee clearance, that you will be deported back after Trump's office period. Well, Karen Gay Funpitis deported. Rumor has it. Well, rumors are about as useless as a 5-minute potty break. They have no value in the world. People are spreading lies. No. Again, let me be very clear about this. Refugees never leave. They never leave. That's the problem. We give you refuge so you're protected. Then the threat goes away and you won't leave. You stay here forever. Case in point, Liberians. Liberians came here in 1990 to escape a civil war. They were given a special 3-year thing, not the normal refugee thing. They were given a 3-year period and they had to go back. They're still here. Still here. They came in 1990. It's been 35 freaking years. And what do? They all have jobs. They make money. They're in academia especially. They all lobby with the Liberian groups. They go to D.C. and demand that we give money to Liberia. And every time this thing comes up, they lobby the Congressional Black Caucus, and it gets extended, and they never leave. And they don't become Americans. They don't assimilate. They just stay here. And they don't go back and fix Liberia. So whoever's spreading that rumor is full of crap. They don't know what they're talking about. Tell me the refugees have gone home. Have the Syrians gone home? Have the Afghanis gone home? Have the Haitians gone home? Have the Cubans gone home? Have the Sudanese gone? Not a single one of them has gone home. Maybe an off one here and there. But people don't go home. Refugees don't go. It doesn't matter what happens when Trump's out of office. It doesn't matter. You're here legally. You have a status. Unless you defrauded the U.S. government, unless you lied, unless you commit some serious crime, you're good. You're good. It isn't going away. Yeah, Lynette, it's the same question over and over again, but that's a new person, never been here before. That's why I answered it. I have no idea what J.D. Vance is talking about today. Most Cubans are in Florida. Well, not most, but there's a lot in Florida. Pizza and stuff deteriorate except debonaires. They were always crap. Love the chats and love your show. I see a voice for marginalized colors and Indians and whites. This chat's exposed to corrupt anti. Listen, Charles, I have some Indian viewers. We talk to Indians. I mean, I've hung out with Karu Churu. I've interviewed Karu Churu. We've had Indians on here who are candidates for the UIM in Pretoria. And I got no beef with Indians and happy to talk to them and promote their issues. And, you know, I really care about colored folks, and so happy to do that too. But the problem is that colored folks don't want to go on camera. They don't want to do anything. I met a gentleman when I was with Juan, the Pet Zoo film crew, on my second trip to South Africa, which would have been in January of 2023. We were up on Table Mountain. He was filming me up there. Took a lot of footage, which I don't have. And met this colored gentleman up there, and we talked for about 5 minutes, and he said, you know, I'd be happy to interview him. I reached out to him. Didn't want to go on camera. Yeah. Is X down again? Yep, it's down again. Wow. Whatever they're doing is working. Used to get pizza here, there, the best Luigi's Pizzeria, Allendale. Don't know that. My luck, we will be flying as refugees, and Chris fly to South Africa. Gluten-free. I'm going to be with the first person to do the Iditarod with poodles. Good luck with that. The budget speech is on Wednesday, Stephanie Hatzemichael, and it might be the most consequential 48 hours in the post-apartheid history of South Africa. Yep, the attacks on Elon is really ridiculous. X being hacked, Tesla dealerships hacked, Cybertrucks burned. They are dangerous people, Morosh. You're right. They are dangerous people, and they need to be punished. They need to be punished. You commit crimes, you get punished. It's targeted. Right now, X is being attacked by leftists or by a foreign government. My problem with the USA right now is too much refugees want to enforce their laws in the USA instead of respecting the country that took you in. Well, it's not just refugees. It's immigrants, it's refugees, asylum seekers, all of them trying to, and illegal aliens, all trying to force their culture on Americans. Yep. Well, we don't need Elon Musk to tell us that. We know there's a massive cyber attack. We can't get to X right now. Let me try it on my phone. I'm having a hard time on the computer. It shouldn't be any different on my phone, but maybe the app is lower bandwidth. It might work a little bit better, but X. No, I got there. Let me see if I can get to my profile. Oh, I'm trying to get to my profile. Just a blank screen. Yep. X is down. X is down. Wow. And see, what's so sad about this is they're denying millions of people, hundreds of millions of people, access to their personal accounts. This is an attack against all of us. This is not an attack on X, ladies and gentlemen. This is an assault on our liberties and our freedoms. And whoever, well, Grok is their AI, whoever's responsible for this must be punished criminally and put in prison for this. Yep. Don, if you want me to make a video on the poor conditions treatment of refugees and asylum seekers in South Africa, well, I don't have any firsthand knowledge, and I'm not on the ground. I'd have to come to South Africa to do that. Budget speech. I can understand why people are concerned about it. Yeah, Hossein Castle, he'll probably get back with them. He'll probably hit them hard, yep. They don't like the U.S. culture. They need to go back. Exactly. Well, no, they're trying to steal our culture. It's like they've stole the U.K., they stole Germany, they stole the Netherlands. Price of an African gray parrot to the USA, 280,000 Rand. Yep. Oh, you checked into it. Yeah, all these people. So we were talking the other night, and some people got offended. Oh, you know, my pets are my children. I love them. Yeah, okay. Not arguing with you. I get it. Look, I mean, I love my pets when I had them. Or my cats right here. They're a pain in the ass, but I loved them. Prince and Tara. Got a photograph of them still. Both are deceased. Prince, long time ago. Tara last year. Yeah, so I get it. But you also have to understand that you got to pay to bring them over. So I spent, $5,800 taking my cats one way. I mean, I don't have that kind of money. I had to take money out of my savings for that. $5,800 times 19. I paid $110,000 or 110,000 Rand dollars, 110,000 Rand to get my cats to South Africa, through South Africa to Botswana, because South Africa's ridiculous veterinary requirements. And then I paid less than half that bring back. So I spent $300,000. Yeah, so you're going to spend $300,000 go one way. Yep. So you got to make a decision. What's more important, your pet or your life? Francois Funderberg says they're not anti-USA. No, I know. Someone pointed out earlier. I'm going to do a video on it when I'm done here, but I've got to load up the interview first. So I will be doing a video on that, and we'll see how it goes. 55,802. We need another 198 people to sign up as subscribers today to get us to that 56,000 mark. Yeah, the momentum has slowed down a bit, but yeah, X is definitely down. What's with the gluten thing, man? Get over this gluten thing. What's this gluten-free? No, gluten. Eat gluten. Drink dairy. Genetic mutations made us superior. Now, Nota Boloye claims it's different, but those of us who can drink milk are superior. I personally will pretty please want U.S. citizenship, says Lisa. Yes. Yeah. No. Genetic mutation about 10,000 years made it possible for us to digest lactose. And those of us who are lactose tolerant are genetically superior. We can drink milk and dairy. Think with your head and not your heart. My pet is my child. Fred Sheriff, welcome for your membership. Oh, I had to turn that back on. Sorry. There we go. Everybody's focused on that budget speech, okay? Fred Sheriff, thank you for membership. Heinrich Schönefeld with a super chat. Thank you for that. Okay. Well, they're not running away from Sharia law. No, it's a colonization effort. That's the story. That's what you're told to believe. Oh, we're fleeing. No, you're not fleeing. You're bringing your chaos. It's intentional. Thank you, PH, for your 35 rand. X is working in my cell in Pretoria, but it's in and out. They're fighting them. It's just like a battle going on right now, a cyber war going on right now between X and the people attacking him. What did the pizza do to deserve this pineapple thing? Vanessa. People have been eating bread for 1,000 years. Now you want to moan about gluten. It's not gluten. It's poison in the wheat. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no gluten, no dairy. Well, yes, gluten, yes, dairy. Banana curry pizza. Oof, 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 oof. Yep, they're colonizing. That's what it is. This is a colonization effort. The argument is, well, we're being persecuted in our homelands. That's not it. You're coming to colonize. When we see Muslims... And this is an anti-Muslim thing. Don't even get that, especially during Ramadan. People know that I'm very tolerant of Muslims. I have no beef with Muslims. But when you see Muslims going on the Church of England church grounds and praying, or you see a Catholic diocese and the priest lets Muslims come in and do the call to prayer in a church, a Catholic church, that's not assimilating. That's not adding your cultural diversity. That is colonization. Thank you, Francois Funderberg, for your membership. Yeah. By the way, I have 1,000 paying members now. Did you see the flooding in the Tambazimbi? No, I haven't seen that. Oh, yeah, no. Calzones back in the day. Boy, calzone used to be... The first time I ever had a calzone, I was an adult by then in America. It was fantastic, but I haven't had a good calzone in probably 20 years. Yep. Gate is in trouble for advertising post that's open for white. Well, he's not in trouble. He's being attacked by racists. We should all have a big pizza meetup somewhere in the U.S. I know I was... applying to someone who said theirs is working. Oh, okay, got you. Okay, and thank you, Pauline Margaret Peterson, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Cost to take a pet between 120 and 130,000 rand. Yep. Yeah, Zulus do have lactose tolerance. Yep, as far as I know. 4 more arrests have been made in Johannesburg. Police say the gang is linked to major ISIS cell. Has been active. That's how the group is linked. Yeah, there you go. Yep, Stephanie agrees it's common. Like when the Pope washed all those Muslims' feet. I didn't see that. Yep. All right, Faith. Feel well. Faith, I hope you reached out to us so I can get you some contact. Okay. I don't want to share people's contact online, so. Okay. All right, it's time for all of us to go, folks. It's 2 hours into it. I need to post the interview with. So stay tuned shortly. If look for it, update or check the channel or check one of the groups. I'll be posting the interview with Emma Powell from the DA. You're going to find it fascinating. You'll find it interesting. We didn't do it live. We did it as a recorded interview. So there was no editing, by the way. I didn't take anything out of it. So yep, cool beans. We'll see you there. How do I explain to my son the so-called color that was born after 94 new dispensation that they're discriminating against? Well, Charles, it's not easy to explain that now, is it? Other than the government's evil. Dad says, for all the time you put in, you should have 10,000 paying members. Well, I don't know about that. It's higher than 28,000 reported at the peak of the third outage. Okay. Please, can you tell me if my law enforcement experience will be accepted in the U.S.? I don't know. It depends on the jurisdiction. Depends on your experience. Odds are pretty good that it will be. But you're probably, depending on where you start, if you go into law enforcement, probably going to have to go to police academy. If you're too old for that, then you're not going to be able to become a law enforcement officer. However, there are elected positions. Sheriffs are elected, so you could probably get elected for that. Or you could work for a private security firm. It just depends on your age. So sometimes they bring back retired police officers, but you'll have to see which jurisdiction you go to and what job you're applying for. Okay, yeah, I'm looking forward to the video too. Okay, you're welcome, Stephanie. You guys are welcome. You asked me all these questions as I'm about to close. What's this I hear about a town? You say, well, yeah, it's Patterson, New Jersey. They don't want to. It's the people colonizing New Jersey. Yep. Personally, what is this? I think we're getting off top. If I want to spend hundreds of thousands on our pets, doesn't that make us good people? Okay, Khan, you are inferring things I'm not stating. If you want to spend hundreds of thousands on your pets, does that make us good people? I don't know that it makes you good people. It just means you love your pets. But when people are like, I can't go because I'm going to have to spend this kind of money, then what's more important to you? Is your life in jeopardy? I mean, people fleeing from wars in Darfur and in South Sudan and in Somalia, their lives are in jeopardy. They flee. They go with what they can. And that's what a refugee is. So I think a lot of people, because their lives aren't in jeopardy on a daily basis and they're being offered something or acting like they're immigrating to America. So, Khan, it's not you're good or bad people. I don't really care. It's just it's a point somebody made. All right, let's see what the poll says. Almost 500. Okay, all right, look at that. 69% are in favor of pineapple on pizza. So there you go. All right, you guys. Thanks a lot. Love my dog, but my kids' lives are worth more. That's what I'm getting at, proud Neanderthal. Yep. All right, you guys take care. All right, cheers, everybody. Thanks for being here. Always a pleasure. We're going to close with Colonel Wyatt's anthem. How's that? Enjoy this.
Colonel Wyatt hits the screen, got stories bold and keen. Old soldier, sharp and mean, tells truths they've never seen. Rugby lover with a roar, Africa flowing in his core. YouTube rants they can't ignore, his passion makes his heart soar. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Military mind, keen and wise, truths come out, no disguise. South African skies in his eyes, hear his voice, no surprise. Retired soldier with the fight, in the dark he brings the light. Angry rants, truths ignite, join the cause, join the ride. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Enemies knocked on his door, trolls attack, but he's more with each click. Watch him soar on the truth waves, he explodes. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Right now, don't miss the brawl.
Thank you.